What's up, guys? Name's Alex here from Intrepid Defense, and today we're going to talk about how to draw properly from your holster and what that entails. Before we get out there and start actually shooting and drawing from the holster, I want to talk about a few things first, and that would be your belt setup. So this here, as you can see on me, I got my little buzzer, I got my mags, I got everything. This would be considered your race setup. As I can see, I spin around here. I don't really have anything that would be considered tactical or anything that's military related or law enforcement related. This is essentially going to be a competition setup rig. The belt that I got here is from Sub-Second. This is more of your military style, law enforcement style belt. It's going to have more rigid belt. It's going to be Molly. It's going to have a different stuff on it that you're not going to find in a competition setting. Also, too, one of the aspects here is you have a QLS style holster, so you can quickly change back and forth different gun setups. Obviously, this belt that I'm running here is going to be for this gun specifically. If I get a new gun or get a different style of weapon, I'm going to switch over to a different belt. That's personally how I like to run it. All right, now that we've kind of gone over the different kind of belt setups that you could possibly see or could possibly run yourself, I'm going to talk to you about why I have my belt set up a certain way and why I put magazines in certain spots. So as you can see on the other belt that I showed you guys previously, there was a dump pouch. The magazines are more centered on the offhand side. The reason why that is because that belt I'm wearing kit. I have to get my mags from like a position where I'm gonna have to reach around kit and other pouches and stuff that's on my plate carrier. This belt is not gonna be used for that. This belt is solely gonna be used in competition. So I have a Kydex style holster that is relatively loose comparatively to a work Kydex holster or a Sparland locking holster or any of those types that have like a retention safety on them. But my magazines are set up in a way where I can ergonomically reach down and grab each one of them if I have to. As you can see on my left-hand side, they get kind of more upright and rigid as they go back. And on the front, you will see they are more angled to where it's easy for me to, as I am going to reload my weapon, I can pull it right out. And at the angle which the mag is angled on my belt, it immediately just comes right out. My index point with my finger watches me put that magazine in. We're gonna move into the meat and potatoes in this video, which is the actual drawing of your pistol and putting it out onto target. So one of the big things that I think is missed over a lot of time is touch points, where you're actually gonna touch the actual pistol before you pull it out of your holster. So there's multiple starting positions you're gonna have inside of a different competition setting or in the real world. Your hands are not always gonna be at your sides or ready to go on your pistol. Depending on what you're doing, it could be anything. So a lot of that gets mimicked in the competition world. So if you're starting from your hands on your head, you're starting from below the belt, or if you're starting turned around, hands on your head, whatever it may be, your hands on an object, you always want to have the same touch point. So what I'm talking about touch point is I will always, before every time I'm about to start a stage, I come down, grip my pistol, and then reach my hand down if I'm allowed to put my hands below my belt. But I know that the mid portion of my forearm and then my thumb is touching my holster. So whenever I hear the beep, my hand comes out, wraps around my pistol, and I'm able to present the weapon system onto target in a quick manner. The second aspect of touch point, if I'm not able to have my hands below my belt and my hands are coming up to my head, or if I'm turned around and I have to turn around to the target to start, like most of the, some stages have you start, mostly it's gonna be in your classifiers, different things like that in USPSA, but my hands are up here. A lot of the time, as soon as I bring my hands down or hear that buzzer, my hands come down and I find the heel or the plate on my magwell, on the grip, find that, ride the pistol up, and then pull the pistol out. So this is every single time I know that I come down, ride, and I'm getting my good seated grip that you can see. I'm fully seated on this pistol grip here. I'm not coming out grabbing the bottom. I'm not coming out grabbing the top or doing something weird. Every single time, as soon as I hear that buzzer come off, my hand comes down. The bottom portion where my pinky is, the bottom of my hand is touching that magwell on the inside, and then my thumb is riding up onto this flared portion of my grip here, and I'm coming up and able to bring out a good grip with my main hand onto the pistol. All right, now that we talked about touch points, we explained touch points from different positions, whether it be below the belt or hands on the hat or your guns presented out. You want to keep those touch points the same every single time, because it's going to be that thing that you draw where you're not having to think about drawing. Your just hands automatically go down to when you hear the buzzer or when you drop from your primary weapon system to your secondary. There's another aspect of the draw that I've heard be taught in the past. I don't know if you guys have heard it as well, but it's like the stepped draw. It's like a 4-step method, 5-step method, depending on who you've heard it from. There's different ways to draw. Essentially, it's as you draw, you bring your weapon here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You're getting the pistol out in like a step manner. The reason why I don't like that, one, it's very slow. It's not ergonomic. All I want to do when I'm going for my pistol, whether I be a law enforcement officer, military member, or anybody who's going to use their pistol in a defensive setting, or if you're going to get in competition, trying to get the gun out as quick as possible to where I can orient it downrange to shoot. So instead of getting it out here and building positions as I come out, I'm just going to get the gun out as quick as possible and get it in front of me to where my eyeballs can see where the pistol's at and I can see what I'm aiming at. So as we sit here in real time, I hear the beep comes out, get my pistol out, and bringing the pistol up to my eyeballs, rather than a 4-step process to get this gun out. I'm just gonna get this gun out as quick as possible and then see what I gotta do. If I need to shoot, pull the trigger, move, whatever it is. All right, now I've done all the talking. What I wanna do now is just gonna show you a live rep with my buzzer here. I'm gonna put it on a delay time. I'm gonna set it off, and then I'll draw, and you can see from real time how I draw and what it looks like. So, once again, coming down to my touch point. Right before I start, I always come down here, make sure I know exactly where my hand's gonna go, and I'm gonna get myself ready to go. So here we go. And all I'm doing is trying to get that pistol out up into my eyesight as quick as possible. We'll do it one more time. All right, guys, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, my name is Alex with Intrepid Defense. Stay tuned for more videos coming out. It's going to be a lot of dry fire series, a lot of competitive shooting talk, and anything shooting. So thanks for tuning in.